My nose is so itchy, so I don't know. So if I itch my nose 100 times in this video, I apologize. And then the last thing is I have a ton of notes here because I want to teach you guys something very important that I think everyone needs to know. So I'm going to be referring to my notes and going from there. So I hope you guys learn a lot from today's video, and I'm excited to get started with you. Okay, so today I want to share with you the 4-step system so you know how to ask for what you want and then actually get it. Okay, step 1 is accessing and acknowledging the truth about what you desire in your life. So it can be challenging to access this if you feel restricted in your relationship to your desires or your appetites. So this can come from having fear that to get what you desire is really dangerous, that something bad will happen to you. So this is really common, especially in women, because for thousands of years, our desires and our appetites would lead to punishment or feeling dishonorable to our family, or something actually really bad happening to us. So for example, if we craved sex, then we're whores. And, then we could get pregnant and die. Back in the old days, it was really hard to get pregnant and live through it, and your child lived through it. So that was really scary for us back then. And then the second desire, that's a good example, is desiring food. So if you desire food, then you're a glutton and you're fat and you're a pig and you'll never look good, whatever. And so it's really understandable why women especially have a problem with understanding what they want and how to get it, because it's like, oh no, something bad's gonna happen if I get what I want, and I'm not dealing with that. And so this can turn into justifications on why we can't have what we want. So basically that would look like, well, I can't do this because of my children, or I can't do that because of my husband or my wife. And then also it looks like, well, if I had enough money, I would do X. But what we should be saying is, how can I create the money to be experiencing what I want to be experiencing? And then the other side of it is it can be really painful to think about what we want, because, we might have a past experience of not getting what we want. So that can be really painful to think about, to not get what we want, to feel like we're not going to get what we want. So it's easier to just, I'm not going to focus on what I want, because then I don't have to worry about not getting it and feeling that pain. But when we're experiencing that pain, that can really disconnect us from our true desires in life, and which this can make it really impossible for us to understand our truths. So if we're not connecting with our truths and our desires, then we're literally just shutting off the ability to know what it is that we want for ourselves. So a new way to look at your desires or your appetites is to ask yourself, and this is a very important question to ask yourself, and I'm going to explain why in just a second, but so ask yourself, what if my desires and my appetites are actually pointing me in the direction of my life's purpose? Okay? And I want you to think about that, because nothing, absolutely nothing in human greatness has ever been accomplished or achieved without desire. Anything that anybody has created or done, it's because they initially had a desire to make it happen. So anything that's great in this world came from desire that other people had. So again, you're going to want to ask yourself, what if my desires or my appetites, the things that I long for, the things that I crave, what if they're leading me to my life's purpose? Okay, so step number 2 is discovering how to ask for what you want. Okay, so this means you're going to have to learn to articulate what you want to others, because if you are expecting people to read your minds or know what you want, then you're going to create an experience of never knowing, because the truth is no one's going to be able to read your mind. No one's going to be able to know what it is that you want. So if we hold this expectation of they'll figure it out, like you're just like, read my mind, you're going to know what I need and what I want, figure it out, then you're going to really shut yourself off, and you're going to be experiencing a lot of unsatisfaction in life, and you're going to be feeling like, well, I don't even know what I want, and you're never going to know what you want because you just want everyone to know what it is for you. And I'm guilty. I've done this a lot in my life. So I'm thankful for this learning and this teachings, and that's why I'm sharing it here with you guys, because these were super important aha breakthrough moments for me. Okay. And then the final step that goes with step 2 is you're going to, if you want change in your life, for change to occur in your life, change has to first occur with you and who you are. But so trust me, I know that can be a hard pill to swallow. It's like, no, I don't need to change. I'm fine. But if something in your life, you want it to change, you have to change something about you to create that new experience for yourself. Okay, so step number 3 is being willing to receive what you want. Okay, so what that means is you're going to have to figure out what the underlying reason is, because if you don't have what you want already, there's a reason for it. Okay, so you need to figure out what the underlying reason is that you don't have what you want. So this can look like, I can't be a successful businesswoman and be a good mother. You can't have both. So it's a situation like that. You feel like you have to pick one thing over another and that you cannot have both. It will not work. But I want to suggest that the exact opposite is very true. And the reason for that is because you can look at it from this perspective, and this is going to blow your freaking mind and change your whole perspective on everything. So you're going to look at it like, I can be a successful businesswoman and be a great mother, and I'm going to be a better mother for it because I'm going to be teaching my child to always go for what they want in life. So now you get both of the things that you wanted and more, because you're adding even more value to your child's life, because you're not putting your dreams and your desires on hold, and you're going for what you want and what you desire in life, so you can have it, be a great mother, and show your children how to get what they want too, and that they don't have to limit themselves to one or the other. So that can be really empowering for that move there. Okay. And the final step, this one takes practice. All of this takes practice, but I'm telling you, it is so freaking worth it, okay? So the final step is developing resilience, okay? So this happens because we need to develop resilience because we can fear hearing the word no. So we can get really scared that somebody's going to say no to what it is that we want, okay? So, and the reason that we get, it's understanding that we feel scared when we hear the word no, because when we hear no, we feel like we're being rejected, or we feel like we're being humiliated in that situation. And so what you have to do to develop the resilience that you'll need to move forward and keep trying to get what you want in life is reframing the no to not yet, okay? So whenever you're like, okay, this is what I want, and yeah, this is what I want, so this is what I'm going to get. And they're like, no, you can't have that. And I'm like, you mean not yet, okay? So that's all you mean, is just not yet. So just be very, I know it's easier said than done, but it just takes practice. Don't let the no be the end, because it's really easy to hear no and be like, well, that was a bust. I failed and I'm not going to have what I want. But if you're like, they just mean not yet. And then another way you can look at it is maybe, step back and say, okay, maybe the request that I'm making right now, it's not the right time. So it's a no for now, but not a no forever. It's a no for now, but not a no forever, okay? So, like I said, the fourth step is probably the hardest one, well, I don't know what the hardest one, but that to me builds a lot of practice to feel like you're not going to be rejected or whatever, or humiliated. So you have to develop that resilience and just realize that no is for now, not forever, or not yet. Okay. So those are the 4 steps so you can learn to ask for what you want and how to get it. My most recent video, and I'll post a link in the comments below, is knowing what you want and receiving it through the law of attraction. So this training is really helpful for you as an individual figuring out what you want, and then that training is really helpful for helping you learn how to make your focus on the right thing and put that energy out into the world so you can receive what you want through the law of attraction. So both of the videos, so today's training, so go watch this training again if you missed anything, or whatever, repetition, and then immersion. Do it for yourself, try it, and then let me know how it goes. You don't have to let me know how it goes, but I know that it's going to go well if you repeat these steps and you keep trying and you experience them for yourself. I know it will work. And then if you go watch training on how to get what you want through the law of attraction, I'm ready to see y'all manifest the life you want for yourself. So I'm super excited for you guys. So go ahead and get started manifesting.